ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति सुपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगणललिता शिविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांद राधा कांद नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकीं मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं योऽन्ध प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसूक्तां सञ्जीवयति अखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्नां अन्यां च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणां नमो भगवते वृषाय तुभ्यं जयदं सुहृदो पङ्गोर्मम मन्दमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्य पादाम्बुजो राधामदनमोहनो तमादिदेवं करुणानिधानं तमालवर्णं सुहृदावतारम् अपार संसार समुद्र सेतुं भजामहे भागवत स्वरूपं परमानंद पाठाय प्रेम वर्षीयक्षराय दे सर्वदा सर्वसेव्याय श्री कृष्णाय नमोस्तु मे गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदाले कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्णा हरि ओम तत्सत। So welcome all the devotees for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class, and so we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 6th chapter, 14th text onwards. परिश्रान्तेन्द्रियात्माहं हृत्परितो बुभुक्षिताम् स्नात्वा पीत्वा हृदेनद्या उपस्पृष्टो गतश्रमाम् परिश्रान्तेन्द्रियात्माहं हृत्परितो बुभुक्षिताम् स्नात्वा पीत्वा हृदेनद्या उपस्पृष्टो गतश्रमाम्। ओके, शनि माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्ण।
परिश्रान्तेन्द्रियात्माहं त्रिदः परितो बुभुक्षिताः स्नात्वा पीत्वा हृदे नद्या उपस्पृष्टो गतश्रमः।
हरि बोल। वंदना माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण।
परिश्रान्तेन्द्रियात्माहं ततः बुभुक्षिता स्नात्वा पीत्वा हृदे नद्या उपस्पृष्टो गतश्रमा।
Very good. Okay, Kapil Prabhu, translation please.
Prabhuji, can I try that sloka also?
Oh, yeah, please. Okay.
Parishranteendriyatmaham trutaparito brubuksita snatva pitva hridenatya upasrusto gatasramaha.
Very good. Okay. Vivek
Okay.
Prabhu, translation there.
Thus traveling, I felt tired both bodily and mentally, and I was both thirsty and hungry. So I took a bath in the river, lake, and also drank water. By contacting water, I got relief from my exhaustion.
Reboot. So this traveling, I felt tired, both bodily and mentally, and I was both thirsty and hungry. So I took bath in a river lake and also drank water. By contacting water, I got relief from my exhaustion. So as we all know, Narada Maharshi, after leaving the Bhaktivedanta devotees, he went to he went ahead, okay, through mountains, villages, towns, and cities, all sorts of places. He was just walking. Okay, so because he was continuously working, he was tired bodily and mentally, and he didn't have anything to eat. He was very hungry and thirsty. So he saw a lake, a river lake, and from there he had some water to quench his thirst. So he got some relief from exhaustion. That is what he says. So a traveling mendicant can meet the needs of the body, namely thirst and hunger, by the gifts of nature without being a beggar at the doors of the householders. The mendicant, therefore, does not go to the house of a householder to beg, but to enlighten him spiritually. So generally, the mendicants, the sadhus, goes to householders not to beg something, but to give something. Okay. Generally, we think that people they come at our doorstep to ask something, some food, some clothes, or something like that. But generally, the real mendicant are not coming to beg something, rather to give. What they give to us, householders? What do they give?
Knowledge,
Blessing.
knowledge, Prabhu.
Yes,
Bhakti.
And
bhakti,
blessings.
knowledge. So this is what they give. So the main purpose of visiting householders' houses is to give the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and Vedas, so that we get enlightened. But on the contrary, people like us think that they're all coming, they are beggars. They are coming to beg some food, some alms. No, that is not the thing. Because they are coming to give us knowledge in reciprocation, as a token of love for their, giving this knowledge, and for their patience, for tolerating us. We give something in return just to please them. That is what we should do. But especially nowadays, we keep a big board, on our door or on our gate. Beware of dogs. Okay. Nobody, no guests are allowed. We will not entertain anybody because the age is such that we cannot trust anybody. They may come in the garb of sannyasis in saffron clothes. Their intention we don't know. They may be true or they may be false or fake imposters. So because of the influence of Kali Yuga, we are also not sure they are real gurus or they are real sadhus or fake sadhus. So we are also taking precautions. So generally, the real sadhus goes visit homes just to enlighten them, to give them Krishna consciousness, not to beg. That is what Prabhupada says here. Therefore, does not go to the house of householder to beg, but to enlighten him spiritually. तस्मिन् निर्मनुजेरण्ये पिप्पलोस्ता आश्रिताम् आत्मनात्मानमात्मस्थम् यथाश्रुतम् अचिन्तयम् तस्मिन् निर्मनुजेरण्ये पिप्पलोपस्थ आश्रिताम् आत्मनात्मानमात्मस्थम् यथाश्रुतम् अचिन्तयम्. Okay, Jubi Madaji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
तस्मिन् निर्मनुजेरण्य पिपलोबस्त आश्रिता आत्मानात्मानमस्तं यदा श्रुतमचिन्तयम्.
Very good. Kapil Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Tasmin nirmanuje ranye pipalopasta asrita atmanatmanam atma atmastam yathasrutam achintayam.
Srini Madaji.
तस्मिन् निर्मनुजेरण्ये पिपलोपस्थ आश्रितः आत्मनात्मानम् आत्मस्थं यदा श्रुतम् अचिन्तयम्.
Okay, Vandana Mataji.
तस्मिन् निर्मनुजेरणे पिपलोपस्थ आश्रिता आत्मनात्मानमात्मस्थं यथा श्रुतिमचिन्तयम्.
Very well. And Vivek Prabhu, translate him, please.
Krishna Prabhuji. After that, under the shadow of a banyan tree in an uninhabited forest, I began to meditate upon this super soul situated within, using my intelligence as I had learned from liberated souls.
Very good. After that, under the shadow of a banyan tree in an uninhabited forest, I began to meditate upon the super soul situated within, using my intelligence as I had learned from liberated soul. So after he quenched his thirst and hunger, then he sat underneath a banyan tree, where he started meditating on the super soul within his heart. How? Using his intelligence as he had learned from the liberated souls. Who are the liberated souls referred herein?
Tejas. Tejas who lived with Narada.
What is that?
Tejas who lived with Narada in his childhood.
Yeah, the Bhakti Vedanta devotees with whom Narada lived, not the other way around. Okay. Narada was staying with the Bhakti Vedanta devotees, helping them in menial jobs along with his mother. So they had instructed him in Krishna consciousness. So whatever he learned from the Bhakti Vedanta devotees, he meditated according to how they instructed. He meditated upon the super soul within, using his intelligence. So one should not meditate according to one's personal whims. So the reason why it is specified here that as learned from liberated soul. So one should not do such Krishna conscious activities or meditation or any devotional activities whimsically. We should follow the parampara, the acharyas. Just like the example is Narada following the liberated souls, that is acharyas. So we should also follow, we should not manufacture our own rules and regulation for devotional activities. Okay. Mahajano ena gathasa pantha. We are supposed to follow in the footsteps of Mahajana, great personalities, saintly personalities. So one should not meditate according to one's personal whims. Prabhupada very clearly, categorically says here, we should not manufacture our own rules and regulation. No, we should not do anything whimsically. There are scriptures for that, for everything. We should follow the scriptures, Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. When we follow Guru, we are automatically following the Sadhu and Shastra. Why? Because Guru is following Sadhu, Sadhu follows the Shastra. So all the three, Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. What is that? GSS. GSS. Okay. And we have what system here? We too have system, no? What is that? To locate the location, to find out the location. GPS, right?
GPS, yes.
Now instead of GPS, we have GSS. To find out a location, we have GPS. What is that GPS? Ground positioning system, right? And now we are using Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. When we follow Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, we are on the right path. There will be no flow because these Gurus, Sadhus, Shastras. Shastras are given by Acharyas and the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. Acharyas gives interpretation, okay, explanation, commentaries for that. But originally Shastras are given by Supreme Lord Himself. That's why it is called Apaurusheya, not man-made. Okay, apaurushaya. Man-made rules and regulation will have its own flaws. So Shastra is given by the Supreme Lord, and to make it easier for people like us, Acharyas gives commentaries. Okay. For every this thing, Vedanta Sutra, there is commentary in different philosophical paths. The Advaita philosophy, Adi Shankaracharya has given a commentary for Vedanta Sutra. What is that? Sharirika Bhashya. And Sri Bhashya, Ramanujacharya has given commentary for his Vishishtadvaita, that is Sri Bhashya. And Madhvacharya has given commentary for the Vedanta Sutra, Purna Pratnya Bhashya. And Gaudiya Sampradaya has given commentary for the Vedanta Sutra, that is what Bhashya? What's the Bhashya? Given by Baldev Vidyabhushan. Govinda Bhashya. Govinda Bhashya. So each and every Sampradaya, they have their own Bhashya. So originally the Vedas, the scriptures are given by the Supreme Lord. We all know that there are 4 authentic Vaishnava Sampradaya. Shri Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, Kumara Sampradaya, Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya. Originally. So it is not possible for us to understand, especially people in the age of Kali doesn't know Sanskrit. Everything is in Sanskrit and it's all in sutras. It's all in mantras. It's all in hymns. So to decode that, to understand the meaning, it is not possible for people like us in the age of Kali. So the saintly personalities, the acharyas, they have decoded that and given elaborate explanations as commentaries, so that it will be easy for us to understand, the ordinary people, general people. So that is the commentaries for all the Vedic literatures, especially the Vedanta Sutra or Brahma Sutra. So the Shastras given commentaries by the sadhu, saintly personalities, that is followed by the Guru. So Guru, when we follow that Guru, automatically we are following sadhu and Shastra. That's what it is emphasized here. One should not meditate according to one's personal whims. One should know perfectly well from the authoritative sources of scriptures through the transparent medium of a bona fide spiritual master and by proper use of one's trained intelligence for meditating upon the super soul dwelling within every living being. So we don't have to look outside. We have to look inside only. Because the Paramatma, the Supreme Lord, as Paramatma, the partial representation of the Supreme Lord Bhagavan, he is there within everyone's heart. So we can meditate upon that Supreme Lord. So this consciousness is firmly developed by a devotee who has rendered loving service unto the Lord by carrying out the orders of spiritual master. So instead of meditating, this process of meditation is not very much relevant in the present age. So instead, people like us in this age of Kali, we have to render loving devotional service unto the personality of Godhead. Meditation, because our mind is restless, flickering, obstinate, stubborn, adamant, it's very difficult for us, meditation. For us, the recommended process is to chant the holy name of the Lord, as ordained by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is the recommended process? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. That's enough. Simply by chanting this holy name of the Lord, all our anarthas, all our kalmashas gets destroyed and our heart or mind will be purified. So when the mind is purified, automatically our thoughts will be purified. Thoughts are purified, our speech will be purified. When the speech is purified, our activities will be purified. Okay. So first mind, then thoughts, then the speech, then the activities, and will be totally purified and will liberate ourselves from the material existence. So this is the process, especially in the age of Kali. So this consciousness is firmly developed by a devotee who has rendered loving service unto the Lord by carrying out the orders of the spiritual master. Sri Naradji contacted bona fide spiritual masters, served them sincerely, and got enlightenment rightly. Thus he began to meditate. Because when we read many scriptures of different sampradayas, we get confused. So we have to follow one particular path. Okay, suppose there are two boats. We keep one leg in one boat, the other leg in another boat. Can we travel like that? We cannot. Put both the legs in one boat, then we can travel. We cannot keep, two legs in two different boats and travel. It's not possible. So there may be different paths, just like two boats. But we have to choose which is the right, which is the best. Okay. Suppose you want to go to one place, from one place to another place. You can go by road, you can go by, sea route, you can go by air route also. So which is the easiest one? We have to select. How fast we can reach, which route is the best, we have to select. Similarly, to go to the highest floor, 100th floor or 150th floor, just for example, Burj Khalifa, you want to go to the 150th floor. There is staircase, there is elevator, there is escalator. Which one is the best one? Elevator, right? It takes you faster, okay, within moments. Otherwise, you will reach. There's no doubt you will reach. Whether you take escalator or elevator or staircase, you will reach. But the faster one, we have to, because we don't have time. So if you take the staircase board, you may have to, if you take an example of that, you may have to take but many, many births. Then only you will get purified and reach the destination. So here in this birth itself, if you use the elevator, just like in few seconds or few moments, you will reach the destination. If you use the other method, you may have to take many, many births to reach the destination. So that's why Sri Naradji contacted bona fide spiritual master who is able to guide us properly, navigate us properly, the easy route, and serve them sincerely, and got enlightenment rightly. Thus he began to meditate. So that is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshana. Pariprasnena sevaya. By serving menially the devotees, he got enlightenment. Similarly, if he also take shelter of a spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master, serve him as he requires, then we'll also get enlightened. So thus he began to meditate. Text 16. Dhyayatas charanam bhojam bhava nirjida chetasam aukantyashru kalakshasya hridi asin me sanair hari. Dhyayatas charanam bhojam bhava nirjida chetasam Kantashru Karashasya Ridi Asin Me Sanair Hari. Okay. Jubi Madaji.
Hare Krishna. Dayadacharana bhojam bhavanirjida chedasa olkandasro kalashasya hridaya simenar hari.
Very good. Okay, Sini Madaji.
ध्यायतश्चरणां भोजं भावनिर्जितचेतसा औत्कण्ठ्याश्रु कलाक्षस्य हृदासिन् मेषणैर्हरि.
Very good. And Vivek Prabhu, can you try?
Better to escape.
No. Okay. Then Kapil Prabhu.
Yeah, let me try, Hare Krishna. ध्यायतशरणम्भोज भावनिर्जितचेतसा औत्कण्ठया
Kalakshasya.
श्रुकटाक्षस्य हृदयासिन्मे शनैर्हरि.
Okay, Vandana Mataji.
ध्यायत् शरणाम्भोजं भावनिर्जितचेतसा औत्कण्ठ्याश्रुकलाक्षस्य हृदयाश्रीं सनर्हरि.
Vibhul. Okay, translation, can you please? Prabhu?
Yeah. Just on Prabhuji. This setting got changed.
It's okay
Just
now?
1 minute. 1 minute. It is your face only is coming, but not the.
Oh, okay for me, Prabhuji.
Okay, Kapil Prabhu, then you can read. This one is not coming right now. So
Okay.
something change.
As soon as I began to meditate upon the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead, with my mind transformed in transcendental love, tears rolled down my eyes, and without delay, the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, appeared on the lotus feet of my heart.
Lotus of my head. Okay, very good. As soon as I began to meditate upon the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead, with my mind transformed in transcendent love, tears rolled down my eyes, and without delay, the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, appeared on the lotus of my heart. So it was instantaneous. That the moment he started meditating upon the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead within his mind, what developed love, transcendental love, and tears rolled down from his eyes, and without delay, he could see the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, on the lotus of his heart. So he could see, have darshan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, okay, in his heart itself. Now, Angushta Matrena, okay, just it is said that some 6-inch size or something like that, okay, Angushta, in that size of Chadurbuja form he saw. He saw the Supreme Lord Krishna or Vishnu within his heart when he started meditating. Now, Dhruva meditated for 6 months. Then Lord Vishnu appeared just right in front of him. Here he could see within his heart. So Sri Krishna appeared on the lotus of my heart. So the word bhava is significant here. This bhava stage is attained after one has transcendental affection for the Lord. The first initial stage is called Shraddha, or a liking for Supreme Lord. And in order to increase the liking, one has to associate with pure devotee. So this, in this purport, Prabhupada has giving that 9 steps to come to the stage of prema. So what is that? Ado Shraddha, Tada Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anatha Nivritti, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. So the first thing is, what is the first item? Shraddha. Shraddha means, Shraddha, Prabhupada translate, what is that? That trust something in sublime. Okay, trust something in sublime, that is Shraddha. So we should have some faith. Without faith, even materially, if you want to do something, okay, if you don't have faith, then you will not succeed. At least if you are in the school also, if teacher says 2 + 2 is 4, if you don't have faith in the teacher's teaching, then you will not learn. So first, at least some blind, everywhere first starts with blind faith only. So faith should be there. So from Shraddha starts, how it can be cemented, how it can be, what do you call, make it strong? Through Sadhu Sangha. Sadhu Sangha, that is association. Association of like-minded people, pure devotees. So our Shraddha becomes strong. Then comes the next, Bhajana Kriya, glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Nama, Rupa, Lila, Guna. Okay, all these things we have to do. So first is Shraddha or a liking for the Supreme Lord. And in order to increase that liking, one has to associate with pure devotees of the Lord. That's called Sadhu Sangha. The third stage is to practice the prescribed rules and regulations of devotional service. This will dissipate all sorts of misgivings and remove all personal deficiencies that hamper progress in devotional life. When all misgivings and personal deficiencies are removed, Anartha Nivritti, that is the third stage. Then Bhajana Kriya. There is a standard faith in transcendental matter, and the taste for it increases in great proportion. This stage leads to attraction, and after this, there is bhava, or prior to stage of unalloyed love for God. All the above different stages are but different stages of development of transcendental love. Okay, so these are different stages. So we cannot practice just one anga of this. So you just have faith, automatically, you will have association, then Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. So all the anga, although it is in the progressive ladder, but everything we are practicing to reach Prema, transcendent love. So being so surcharged with transcendent love, there comes a strong feeling of separation, which leads to 8 different kinds of ecstasies. Ashta Satvika Vikara. Okay. When we reach that platform, the transcendental love platform, Prema platform, then you will have a strong feeling of separation, Viraha, okay, in which the devotee will experience 8 different kinds of ecstasies. This is called Ashta Satvika Vikara. So, it is just like Ashta Satvika Vikara means you'll be, tears will be rolling down your cheeks because of happiness. Okay, your hair will stand on end. You will perspire. Your bodily color will change. You will roll on the ground. Your limbs will get retracted within your body. So all these different types of vikara will develop in the body of a devotee when he reaches on the level of prema. Okay, this is the topmost level. Okay, so tears from the eyes of a devotee is an automatic reaction, and because Sri Narada Muni in his previous birth attained that stage very quickly after his departure from home, it was quite possible for him to perceive the actual presence of the Lord, which he tangibly experienced by his developed spiritual senses without material teaching. So this happened in his previous life, not in Narada Muni's life. When he was the son of a maidservant, that time it happened. He could see the Supreme Personality of Godhead within his heart in the thumb size form, Anguta size, Angushta Matra. So in the next life, when he became Narada, he was constantly associating with the Supreme Lord. Okay? Because he became pure. He has transcended the 3 modes of material nature, Tamoguna, Rajoguna, and Sattuguna, and he has come to the stage of pure mode of goodness. So in pure mode of goodness, you can have the vision of the Lord whenever you want. So Narada Maharshi, because he's a pure devotee, he got a blessing also that he can travel anywhere within the creation of material and spiritual. He can travel anywhere within the material world, not only material world, but also in the spiritual world. So he is free to move. He doesn't need passport or visa like us. Without visa or passport, he can travel. Nobody can stop him because he is a pure devotee of the Lord. And he instructs and he advises all the pure devotees. He navigates also. So he is a spiritual master for Vyasadeva. He is a spiritual master for Valmiki. He's a spiritual master for Prahlad. He's a spiritual master for Dhruva. And he's a spiritual master for Vritasura. Many like that. So all the pure devotees, if you see, the spiritual master is mostly, you will find Narada Maharshi. So he's not an ordinary person. So it was quite possible for him to perceive the actual presence of the Lord, which he tangibly experienced by his developed spiritual senses without material. So we also can develop spiritual senses. How? Our senses are now contaminated with material desires. So when we spiritualize our senses, it is no more matter. Okay? Bhumi Rapo Analo Vayu. Kam Mano Buddhit Ahankara. These all are matters. So when we spiritualize us, everything becomes Sat Chit Ananda. No matter. So there is without any material tinge. Even the senses, will be used in the service of the Lord. We can dovetail any activities to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So our mind will be, spiritualized, intelligence will be spiritualized, and the ego will be spiritualized. So ego, now we have false ego. When we become a pure devotee, our ego will be a real ego. So what's the real ego? Real ego is that, when we treat ourselves as the part and parcel of Supreme Personality of Godhead, an eternal servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's the real ego. The false ego is that I am this body, this is my wife, this is my husband, these are my children, and I am Indian, Pakistani, American, Canadian. I am white and black, engineer, doctor. These are all bodily designation, not designation of the soul. The designation of the soul is Jivere Surupohai Krishna Nityadas. So without material tinge. So that's Prabhupada very clearly make that point. Spiritualizes all the senses, then they will serve the Supreme Lord only for his satisfaction. Whereas when we have material senses, we will serve our senses, not for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. Okay, so text 17. Premadhibhara nirbhinna pulakango tinirvrata ananda samplave lino napasyam ubhayam mune premadhibhara nirbhinna pulakango tinirvrata ananda samplave lino napasyam ubhayam mune. Okay. Kapil Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yeah. प्रेमातिपर निर्भिन्न पुलका तो रति निर्वृत आनंद संप्लवे लीनो नापस्य भयं मुने.
Yeah, Vandana Mataji.
प्रेमाति भर निर्भिरन पुलकांगो अति निर्भ्रता आनंद संप्लवे लीनो नापश्य मोभयम मुने.
Very good. Okay, Sini Mataji.
प्रेमादिभरनिर्भिन्न पुलकाङ्कोऽतिनिर्वृतः आनन्दसम्प्लवे लीनो नापश्यम् उभयं मुने.
Okay, thank you. Jubi Mataji.
प्रेमादिभिर्निर्भिन्न पुलकाङ्कोऽतिनिर्वृता आनन्दसम्प्लवे लीनो नापश्यमुभयं मुने.
Vivek Prabhu translation, please.
Okay, Prabhuji, if you want, I can try to read this sloka also.
Oh, you want to recite?
Okay, so just let me try.
Please.
प्रेमति भर्ण निर्विघ्न पुलकांगति निर्भय आनंद संप्लवे लीनो नपस्यम उभयम मुने.
Haribol.
Haribol, Prabhuji.
Okay, translation, please.
Okay, O Vasudeva, at that time, being exceedingly overpowered by feeling of happiness, every part of my body becomes separately enlivened. Being absorbed in an ocean of ecstasy, I could not see both myself and the Lord.
Very good. Oh, Vyasadeva, at that time, being exceedingly overpowered by feelings of happiness, every part of my body became separately enlivened. being absorbed in an ocean of ecstasy, I could not see both myself and the Lord. So when he had the darshan of the Supreme Lord, what happened? He is telling that. He is explaining this to Vyasadeva, his experience when he had the vision of the Supreme Lord within his heart, being exceedingly overpowered by feelings of happiness. So happy, so blissful, having seen the Supreme Lord within his heart. Okay, that too, he did not take much time. It's almost instantaneous. So what happened? Every part of his body became separately, so individually enlivened. Not that whole body, he became. So each and every part of his body, individually enlivened, being absorbed in an ocean of ecstasy. I could not see both myself and the. So he could not see himself as well as the Lord because he was so much in bliss. Each and every part of his body was enlivened by this ecstasy. So he could not see properly himself as well as the Supreme Lord. Spiritual feelings of happiness and intense ecstasies have no mundane comparison. Therefore, it is very difficult to give expression to such feeling. So, when we have such feelings, it is not possible for us to explain to others. It's very difficult. You cannot express this in words. Just like suppose somebody has not eaten mango and you have eaten mango. You are explaining the taste of the mango to that other person who has not eaten mango. Is it possible? It's not possible to explain the sweetness that you have experienced or the taste that we have experienced to other person unless he tastes himself. Similarly, this also such ecstasies, such blissful experiences cannot be expressed in words. So therefore, it is very difficult to give expression to such feelings. We can just have a glimpse of such ecstasy in the words of Sri Narada Muni. Each and every part of the body or senses has this particular function. After seeing the Lord, all the senses become fully awakened to render service unto the Lord, because in the liberated state, the senses are fully efficient in serving the Lord. So here, Prabhupada emphasizes that every sense can be awakened to render service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead in a liberated state. And the senses are fully efficient in serving the Lord. As such, in that transcendental ecstasy, it so happened that the senses became separately enlivened to serve the Lord. This being so, Narada Muni lost himself in seeing both himself and the Lord silently. It is said that in Vrindavan, the gopis and Radharani, they are exchanging, they are conversing each other. So some of the gopis are telling Radharani, so today I saw the full form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, our little Krishna. Okay, I enjoyed seeing him fully, completely. So Radharani is telling, how is it possible? Whenever I see Krishna, I cannot see him fully. Because when I see his eyes, my mind is stuck there in his eyes only. I cannot see him full. So when I totally focusing on any part of his body, any limb of his body, my eyes and my mind doesn't move from that part of the body. So at any point of time, I cannot see him fully. So you're all lucky that you can see him fully, completely, and you can enjoy. That's what Radharani is complaining. Because each and every part of his body is so attractive, and the mind is captured by that beauty only. So she or he, anybody, will not be able to enjoy the full in one go. That is what Radharani. So in other words, he is so beautiful. Each and every limbs of his body is so beautiful that your mind and eyes cannot be taken away from that particular part of the body. So that's what Radharani. So similarly here also, it is said that in that transcendental ecstasy, it so happened that the senses became separately enlivened to serve the Lord. Because each and every senses was active separately, whereas in our body, each and every sense cooperate with each other and function together, not independently. isn't it? Our sense cannot work independently. It has to cooperate each other and work together, function together. But it was not the case here. That's what Narada Muni says here. Narada Muni lost himself in seeing both himself and the Lord simultaneously. Rupam Bhagavado Yattan Manakantam Suchapaham Apasyam Sahaso Tashte Vaiklavyad Durmana Iva Rupam Bhagavado Yattan Manakandam Suchapaham Apasyan Sahaso Tashte Vaiklavyad Durmana Iva. Sini Mataji.
रूपं भगवतो यत्तन् मनःकान्तं शुचापहम् अपश्यन् सहसोत्तस्ते वैक्लव्याद् दुर्मना इव.
Okay, Kapil Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, can you just little bit go up as well? Yeah. Rupam Bhagavato Yattan Mahan Kantam Suchapaham Apasyan Sahasotaste Vaiklavyad Durmana Ivam.
Prabhu. Vandana Mataji.
रूपं भगवतो यत्तं मनाकान्तं शुचापहम् अपश्यन् सहसोत्तस्ते दैक्लव्याद् दुर्मना इव.
Good. Jobi Mataji.
रूपं भागवतो यत्तन् मनकान्दं शुजावहम् अप्यश्यन् सहसोतस्ते वैक्लव्याधूर्मना इव.
Okay, very well. Vivek Prabhu, translation, please.
Transcendental from the Lord, as it is, satisfy the mind's desires and at once erase all mental incongruities. What is it? Incongruities.
Incongruities.
Upon losing their form, I suddenly got up, being perturbed, and is usual when one loses that which is desirable.
Very well. The transcendental form of the Lord, as it is, satisfies the mind's desires and at once erases all mental incongruities. Upon losing that form, I suddenly got up, being perturbed, as is usual when one loses that which is desirable. So, when he saw the form, okay, he was very happy, blissful, but it was there for few seconds, not for a long time. Then he lost the vision of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Upon losing that form, I suddenly got up. Immediately got up. He didn't know what's happening. So being perturbed, as is usual when one loses that which is desirable. So he had that darshan, beautiful darshan, but immediately disappeared. So he didn't know what to do. So he was so upset because what he got, he lost immediately. Just like you get some treasure and you loses that. It'll be like that. Next moment, the treasure is no more with you. What will happen? Like that. So this is, no, I'm not talking about the material treasure. This is the transcendental treasure, which is incomparable to the material treasure. So he was totally perturbed, as is usual when one loses that which is desirable. That the Lord is not formless is experienced by Narada Muni. Now, here Prabhupada wants to emphasize one thing, that Lord is not impersonal. Lord has a form. So Narada Muni saw not an abstract light, a personal form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he is not formless. But his form is completely different from all forms of our material experience. For the whole duration of our life, we go on seeing different forms in the material world, but none of them is just apt to satisfy the mind. nor can any one of them banish all perturbance of the mind. So simply by seeing the spiritual form of the Supreme Personality, all his material anchorings, all his material desires got destroyed. Exactly like Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj actually, he went to meditate to the forest. For what? He wanted a kingdom that is far greater than his great grandfather, Brahma. Okay? That was his desire when he started off to the forest. But when he had the darshan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, what did he say? Sthana Bhilashi Tapasistidoham Tvam Praptavan Deva Munindra Guhyam Kanchan Vichinmen Api Divya Ratnam Swamin Kritarthosmi Varam Nayachi. Sthana Abhilashi Tapasistidoham. So I was meditating. For what? To get sthana, to get position. Like that of Lord Brahma. A big position. Tvam Praptavan Deva Munindra Guhyam. I got that which is not even available for Devendra, King Devendra. Okay? And Munis, the rishis. So, which is not possible for even Indra, Munis, and such personalities. I could get. Tvam Praptaman Deva Munindra Guhyam. Guhyam means it's not possible, confident. They could not get it, which I could. Who is telling? Dhruva. Kanchan Vichinvan Api Divya Ratnam. I was trying to get some pieces of glass. I was trying for some pieces of glass. But now what did I get? Api Divya Ratnam. Not the ordinary Ratnam. Divya, transcendental gems. What is that transcendental gem? The vision of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Swamin Kritarthosmi Varam Nayache. I don't want any benediction, O Supreme Lord, O my Lord. No, I have seen you, that itself is great. I don't have any material desires now. I want to have this vision, always 24 hours, eternity for eternity. That's enough for me. I don't want any material benediction from you. So just before meditating, his desire was that he wanted to become a great king, a great kingdom. But now, after seeing the vision of the Lord, totally changed. A total paradigm shift, isn't it? So this is what. So the just apt to satisfy the mind, nor can any one of them banish all perturbance of the mind. These are the special feature of the transcendental form of the Lord, and one who has once seen that form is not satisfied with anything else. So after seeing the Supreme Lord's form, you should any of the form, any so-called beautiful form of the material world, it is just nothing in comparison to that form. No form in the material world can any longer satisfy the seer. That the Lord is formless or impersonal means that he has nothing like a material form and is not like any material personality. As spiritual beings having eternal relations with that transcendent form of the Lord, we are life after life searching after that form of the Lord, and we are not satisfied by any other form of material appeasement. So you try to enjoy seeing the beauty of the material world through the beautiful objects of this material world. You will not be able to have the satisfaction for eternity. If you have some good form, if you see some good, beautiful form, for some time it is beautiful. After that, the beauty diminishes. Then you want to have some other beauty. Again, that diminishes. But when we see the spiritual form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it's for eternity. I want to see it again and again. It never diminishes. So no material form can appease us. Narada Muni got a glimpse of this, but having not seen it again, he became perturbed because he lost the vision. He is not seeing that form again. He became perturbed and stood up all of a sudden to search it out. That is exactly what happened for Parikshit Maharaj. In the womb of his mother Uttara, he saw the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But when he came out, he is not seeing. So he is searching. Where is that Supreme Personality of Godhead? Where is that form that I saw in the womb of the mother? So Narada Muni also could not have that vision for a long time. So he is perturbed. What we desired life after life was obtained by Narada Muni. And losing sight of him again was certainly a great shock for him. Okay, so we obtain such vision not very easily. Life after life, we want to see, but we could not see so far. But Narada Muni could have the vision, in his previous life when he was the son, because he was following this Bhakti Vedanta devotees. Exactly what they instructed him, he followed, and he could succeed in getting the darshan of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So these are all being explained by Narada Muni to Vyasadeva, how he could have the vision of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his previous life, and how he became Narada in the present life. So he's explaining this story. Okay, Hare Krishna. So text 19 will continue next week. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय, गो प्रेमानंदे। हरे कृष्णा।